Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Now, are you interested about migrations and also study abroad in Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to our channel and turn on the little bell on the side so once we have all the news and updates, you shall be the first one getting all these updated insights. Okay, this video I would like to discuss in regards to the current situation regarding COVID-19. Obviously, there's a lot of international travel restriction going around the world due to the recent mutated virus. So I'm receiving a lot of inquiry in regards whether or not if I wish to study abroad in Australia, what should I do? Do I wait or not? Because obviously, a lot of people like me and a lot of my friends have been waiting for all year long. So whole the year of 2020, no one could actually be conducting any international travel apart from business travelers. So for international students, obviously there's a very bad situation in regards to whether or not they gotta continue to wait or not. Okay, so first thing first, if you are or your kids are in a school level, what I mean is through year 1 to year 12 high schools, I will strongly suggest, because these are not adult yet, I will strongly suggest that they will remain and continue to be educated at the country of where you guys at. Now the other side is the vet sector, means all the trades courses, for example carpenters, what else, chef, cookery, pastry, childcare services, these kind of trade diploma courses. Now unfortunately these courses cannot really be done via online fully. Reason why is a lot of these works and courses require practical works and practical practices or internships. So obviously, if you're not face to face, how and not in the campus, how do you learn practical services or knowledge or skills? So a vet sector, it's at a disadvantage at this point in time. Now, what I'm going to focus is the bachelor's, master's, and PhD. So if you are looking at the higher education sector, then I will strongly suggest that you will continue to seek enrollments, lodge your student visas, because most of the contents required to be learned for higher educations can be done over online. So we can see that it's been happening in Canada, in USA. Obviously, USA is a mess with all the viruses spread nationwide, and also in UK and Europe. So higher education is not really affected. So I would strongly suggest, obviously Australia is not a problem too, if you are choosing to conduct or get your academic profile achieved for a higher education purpose, then you should continue lodge the visa and get enrolled for your courses, as those courses mainly can be done online. So let me take you to the actual web page of the Australian government. This is the Study Australia, which is launched by or managed by the Australia, which is the Australian exports divisions, and they call themselves Study Australia. So they have a specific web page where they showing support for international student support here. They provide a lot of information, and there's a lot of FAQ. If you do want, you can actually Google this, or you can, if you want the link, leave a comment right down below. I'll share you the link. So the only question that I've been commonly and frequently being asked over the past 12 months is this one on the right below me down here. Okay, so it says international student ask online study. So once I click this here, it will take me to a video link where an international student was actually being interviewed, and obviously she questioned him in regards to how the online study will work, and the government. You can see how the government is working providers. So a lot of these higher education providers has already 70-90% implemented with all the online courses and study and mechanisms. So if you want this link, I can also share this with you as well. So what I'm trying to say here is that the obviously there's the prediction and estimation how the vaccination could effectively um, prevent the spread of viruses around the world. It cannot really be 100% sure. So a lot of these higher education sectors had already implemented online courses, which will also meet the Australian study requirement. Where I'm gonna show you a couple university in Australia how they're gonna do it. So the first one, obviously, I'll show you. This one is from, where's this from? Where's it? Okay. All right, in University of Melbourne, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna twist this back here so you can see all the content. So basically, all the major university of higher educations in Australia has given everyone about this notice, obviously, in regards to what's happening. So basically, if you're affected by COVID, your further extension of student visa will be deemed free. That's what the Australian government will do. And also, while you're holding a student visa, studying online can still be counted towards your Australian. You can see here Australian study requirements. So that's very important, so that you get that post-study work right and visas for that 2 to 4 years, depends on where you're gonna be at. So this page is pretty easy. You can also Google and find it. They give you a lot of answers. And another one is, this is University of Queensland. Now they've done a better job in categorizing everything. So what I have done is I select numbers of see this one, basic. Should I do on electronic courses? They'll say, yeah, you can do that. And we continue to strive, we continue to strive and ensure learning activity courses remain accessible to students as far as it is practiced. So higher education, I don't think there's much of an issue. The only issue is that if the courses or particular subject require practical work, you might want to extend that further or defer that subject further until the international travel restriction is lifted. So you can actually arrive in Australia and get that done. What if I can't get to the campus? You can defer, of course. You can choose to defer, but the only disadvantage of deferral is that again, we've waited for 1 year, 12 months already for 2020. Do you still want to wait? And this the key answers to the questions. That's why I suggest people to actually enroll to a bachelor or above for higher education if you seek to study in Australia or study abroad. So no more deferral. You can actually study online. Do I need to apply visa? Yes, if you apply visa, again, you get that incentive to meet the Australian study requirement. Would I receive COE if I study online in the country? Yes, you would. Yes, here we go. So UQ does provide a very good web page to actually answer all the questions. And this is University of Sydney, as you can see. I think the only web page of University of Melbourne is quite weird because you don't see the logo. Anyhow, that's it. Design. Okay, so again, all the major universities do provide these information. So study remotely as an international student. There's any changes? I think I'm not going to go through every single one of them because they are basically the same. Okay, they just paraphrase and put it into different terms to meet the university's structures. And again, this is study Melbourne. Again, it's the same. Okay, they have more support. Make sure you put your face mask covering your face. And then University Adelaide, again, it's the same. So they're basically telling you, not a problem. They provide online courses. How many hours can I work fortnight? That's all the general information. So, and finally, Central Queensland University, CQ University Australia, online now, on campus when border opens. So they do provide, again, the online study facility or system to allow students to actually be accessible while we are getting through this uh, pandemic era. Although we foresee that 2021 will be a post-pandemic era, but we did notice that once in northern hemisphere when winter came, the sweep of viruses returned with mutated status as well. So let's make sure that everybody stay healthy and fit. Anyway, this video is all about should you be considering start enroll into higher education and study abroad while conducting online courses. So if your choice is for higher education, I would strongly suggest yes. But if you're looking for a VEC sector or school for your kids, I would say just that will require to be wait until the whole international travel restriction is lit. Alright, so that's for the video. Should you have any query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below, and I see you next video. Goodbye.